I've got the data display that I wanted on the surface of the model, so let me just quickly point something out, is that if I want to get rid of this, there's no point in me selecting on the actual legend itself, but if even though it says I've selected the analysis results, you have to actually select on the surface of the model itself, where the data is displayed. So you see here that I can come in and hover over and then select that, then hit the delete key, and that's getting rid of both the legend and the readout on the surface here. So let me just do this for the one surface. This is the one that's going direct to the south. I'm going to run the report, select the mask. So what I'm going to do is unselect the faces that I'm not interested in, and then I'll say finish. I got my report, and I'm going to say export that. I'm going to put it in my class content, and let me just call this due south. So what I'm doing is exporting a text file that I can bring into a spreadsheet. I had exported a CSV file with the insolation values for all the points on the surface of this model. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open a Excel spreadsheet. Hello, can I get to the... Open the Excel spreadsheet. Let's put due south, that's the option that I was looking at. And now what I'm going to do is say insert, and I'm looking for, actually no, it's data from a text file. I'm going to look in my folder for the class, and I'm going to find the CSV file that I called due south. I say to import, choose the file type. Well, it's a delimited file, and the data is separated or delimited by having a character between it, between the data values. The actual character that it has between it is a comma, so I'm going to indicate that that's the case. And I'm ready to bring in the actual data into the spreadsheet. So if I say finish, that's the cell number A3. So I can say okay, there's my data. So all that remains for me to do is up here I'm going to go to the formulas page, say automatically sum, and I'm going to drag down through all of the individual values that I get for the cell values on the analysis grid. I think there's about 200 and something. Okay, and then I'm going to hit the enter key, and if I roll back up here, there's the value that I got. Let's just go to the home here and say, let's show that in bold. And so that's the total energy over the course of the year between the hours of 8 and 4 that I have for the south facing. And I'm going to look at two other ones so that I can compare the two options where the building is oriented 30 degrees west and 30 degrees east. So I'll hide the columns that I don't need. I'm just going to go through here and then right click and say hide, so I can see the first value. Now let me go and get the second study. So let me just shrink this down. I'm going to pick on the face of the study here, and then the face of the analysis results, and then delete. And now what I'm going to do is run the second report, where I go in and say it's not those faces that I'm interested in. This is the one that's turned 30 degrees west. So let me click on there, finish, export, 30 west. Back into my spreadsheet. This was at this location. Insert, sorry, I always get that wrong. Data from text, 30 west, import, delimited, a comma, finish, okay, and formulas, auto sum, and you can see how much energy I've lost. If change this, let me just turn these off or hide them. Okay, so there's my due south, and this is my 30 west. That was, and I can see the total energy. So let me stop there, and I'm going to do the next one, and then I'll come back when I've got the third option in here. So there's the final spreadsheet, and what you can see is I've got, if I just copy that value, place it in there. I just want to make sure, so it's V2 divided by B2, and then expressed here as a percentage. So depending on whether I turn the building to the west or the east, I'm losing between 7% and 4% of the total energy that would be on the face of the building if I was facing due south.